This is Tim Bryce with my column titled, A Sense of Business Optimism. During President-elect Trump's news conference held January 11th in New York, he made the observation there's a new sense of business optimism in the country. He pointed at the news regarding Fiat Chrysler and Ford building new plants here in the United States as opposed to Mexico. News reports regarding companies such as Carrier, who will remain in Indiana, is also welcome, as are other reports of companies returning home. In all likelihood, Trump was pleased with the recent Bloomberg report titled, U.S. Small Business Optimism Index Surges by Most Since 1980. The report notes a significant index jump as reported by the National Federation of Independent Businesses. The NFIB reported respondents to the survey expect better business conditions in the next 6 months as the Trump era begins. The Bloomberg report is reinforced by another study recently produced by Gallup, reporting a new high in people optimistic about the potential for good jobs in the United States, the highest in 15 years of Gallup polling. Most of this appears to be a result of the election of Donald Trump and his big stick approach encouraging businesses to stay in this country. Even before his election, he took steps to reach out to businesses and encourage them to stay while promising new economic policies are in the offing. It is no small wonder this is trickling down to the American people who are beginning to regain confidence in business. Another area of change is in right-to-work legislation, where Kentucky recently became the 27th state to adopt such legislation. Other states include Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Nebraska, Nevada, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Because states such as Kentucky, Michigan, and Wisconsin recently enacted such legislation, it may very well influence other Midwest states such as Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Missouri. Right-to-work laws are highly controversial as they are perceived as a threat to labor unions. Back in 2012, when Michigan became the 24th state to adopt it, the Wall Street Journal claimed that, quote, between 1980 and 2011, total employment in right-to-work states grew by 71%, while employment in non-right-to-work states grew 32%. They went on to report, quote, since 2001, right-to-work states added 3.5% more jobs, while other states decreased by 2.6%. Similarly, inflation-adjusted compensation grew 12% in right-to-work states, but just 3% in the others, end quote. It should therefore come as no surprise that right-to-work legislation is gaining momentum. A 2016 survey by Rasmussen reported, quote, 1 in 3 Americans say they have been a member of a labor union at some point of their lives, but while 44% view unions favorably, 45% share an unfavorable opinion of them, end quote. They went on to report, quote, a sizable majority of voters believes labor unions are out of touch with their rank-and-file membership. 50% think labor unions have too much political influence, end quote. On the campaign trail, Donald Trump adopted the motto, Buy American, Hire American, and the message appears to be embraced by the country. Whereas it was originally thought Mr. Trump's lack of political experience was a liability, now it appears his business acumen has become an important asset in reinvigorating the economy and jobs. He seems to be the first president in a long time who knows how to aggressively kickstart the country's economy, and in the process, the country is gaining confidence. If he is able to follow through with his promises on such things as trade and taxes, America could very well be on the verge of a go-go era in business and once again become a dynamo. At least, that is what the American people seem to believe. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.